Welcome to the deep dive. We sift through the sources to pull out those really valuable insights for you. And today, we're doing something a bit different, actually, and I'm quite excited about this one. Our source is this English practice guide. It's called Small Talk with a Neighbor,
Hmm.
designed for beginners, to get the hang of daily chat. But we're not here to learn English today. Nope. We're doing a deep dive into small talk itself, the structure, the social stuff going on underneath, because this little guide, it kind of accidentally reveals a lot. Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah, it's actually kind of amazing how a simple language tool ends up being this blueprint for human connection. Small talk gets such a bad rap, right? People think it's trivial, maybe awkward.
Totally. It's filler.
Exactly. But
Mhm.
it's actually this super efficient, really low stakes way we negotiate socially.
Mm.
And this guide, breaking it down into these stages, it gives us this clear window into how neighborly ties actually get built, step by step.
Right.
These little exchanges, they're well, you could call them micro commitments.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Micro commitments.
Yeah. Yeah. They slowly build trust, mutual understanding, but without all the pressure of, deep personal sharing right away. It's this really delicate art of revealing just enough at the right moment.
A social algorithm, almost. That's a great way to think about it, not just random chat. And yeah, this guide lets us watch it unfold. We follow Emma, the new neighbor, and Mr. Johnson, the established one, through these three stages, these hours, the guide calls them. It really shows the progression. It's like watching a relationship form, but, sped up. Every bit matters. So first up in this blueprint, those first moments, morning greetings, introductions, crucial stuff. The guy called this hour one. And it's really just about establishing you're there, offering that initial welcome.
Mm.
Think about that very first exchange. Emma, she's new, so she starts it off. Good morning, I'm Emma. I just moved here yesterday. Simple.
Right.
And Mr. Johnson replies, also simple, warm. Oh, good morning, Emma. I'm Mr. Johnson. Welcome to the neighborhood. Seems so basic.
Yeah.
But why is this so much more than just being polite? What's really happening?
That's a great question because it really hits the core of what small talk does. Those first phrases, nice to meet you, things like that. They're not just pleasantries. They are the first deliberate acts of saying, I see you, you see me. Mutual social acknowledgement.
Okay, a little test.
Sort of, yeah. A low-stakes test of willingness. Are you open to engaging? So when Mr. Johnson returns the greeting, he's signaling, yes, I'm open. That makes Emma feel seen and, importantly, a bit safer.
Safer, right, in a new place.
Exactly. And the guide shows him asking, how are you settling in? Emma says, it's very nice, but everything feels new. No, that's not just asking a question. It's a small signal of vulnerability from Emma.
Ah, okay. Not complaining, just stating a fact.
Right. And when Mr. Johnson reassures her, don't worry, you'll get used to it. The neighbors are very friendly here. That response starts to build that first layer of trust. It's almost like an unspoken agreement. Okay, we're both here. We can be civil, maybe even friendly.
That subtle vulnerability signal, that's key, isn't it? Not pouring your heart out, just enough to invite warmth. And the guide doesn't just stick with hello. It moves pretty quickly to a classic icebreaker, the dog walk.
Ah, yes, the pet factor.
Mr. Johnson's out with Max, his dog. Emma naturally engages. Oh, hello, Maxie's so cute. And this leads her to share a little something. I like dogs. I had a dog when I was a child. His name was Bruno. She adds a detail. He was big and very playful.
Hmm.
Why is talking about a pet like such a universally good move here?
Well, it connects on a few levels psychologically. Pets are often seen as sort of extensions of ourselves, but they're non-threatening. They bring out emotion.
Right. Hard to argue about a cute dog.
Exactly. And when Emma shares about Bruno, she's doing what we call low-stakes reciprocal self-disclosure.
Low stakes. Okay.
Yeah, she shares a small, personal, positive memory, reveals a tiny bit about her values, her personality, but it doesn't demand the same back, though it
Hmm.
kind of invites it.
Yeah.
It creates this immediate shared point of humanity, gets past the awkwardness of being strangers, establishes that first bit of trust, signals openness, no pressure. You just go from strangers to acknowledged people in each other's space
Yeah.
with a nice feeling attached.
So finding that common ground that's safe, positive, maybe a bit emotional,
Mhm.
it makes you wonder, for you listening, how often did these tiny moments, like talking about a dog, actually pave the way for something more? And thinking about this, can you mess it up? Can you do too much small talk right at the start?
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely a balance. The guide sort of hints that these first interactions are brief, almost transactional in their social job.
Okay, get in, get out.
Pretty much. If you
Yeah.
linger too long, share too much right away,
Yeah.
it might come across as, well, maybe a bit desperate or just unaware of social cues.
Right. Could backfire.
Yeah, it could actually push someone away. The beauty here is in the lightness, the brevity. You're just planting a little seed, not trying to harvest the whole garden on day one. They move on quickly in the guide, but that positive feeling, it sticks,
Yeah.
sets the stage for next time.
Makes total sense. Little positive hits building up. And from that foundation, that basic trust and common ground, the guide shows the conversation naturally starting to, well, open up. We move past just introductions, we get into shared daily life observations. This is hour two, small talk in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where it starts getting really interesting, I think.
Absolutely. Once that initial ice is broken, yeah, you naturally talk about what's around you, your shared environment. And the classic example, of course, the weather.
Or the weather, can't escape it.
Emma kicks it off. The weather is so sunny today.
Yeah.
And this lets Mr. Johnson offer a local tip. He asks, do you usually go for a walk in the park? Then it mentions, there's a beautiful park just 10 minutes away you should visit. See, it's not just nice weather. It's become an observation linked to an action and then a piece of useful information, offering value.
It's almost funny how basic the weather is, isn't it? But it works every time. Why is it such a good social lubricant? And how does it actually lead anywhere deeper?
Well, it works because it's so neutral, right?
Yeah.
And it's everywhere, affects everyone. It's a totally low-risk topic. You don't need to know anything about the other person, but you instantly have a shared experience.
Okay, yeah, we're both standing under the same sun or rain.
Exactly. It's like a social warm-up.
All right.
Lets you check the other person's mood, see if they want to chat without any real pressure. And what's really clever in the guide is how practical questions then blend right in. Emma isn't just commenting on the sun. She's also shown asking about, the nearest grocery store, post office.
Practical stuff you actually need to know.
Right. And this is where that shared local knowledge becomes powerful. Mr. Johnson shares tips. He's actively helping her integrate. So it stops being just polite noise and becomes genuinely helpful. Community building, really.
So it's not the weather itself, but what talking about the weather allows, it's a doorway. And the vocabulary the guide points out here, it's all about this shared world.
Hmm.
Sunny, rainy, hot, cold, but also plants, garden, pet, park, store.
Hmm. Concrete things.
Yeah, words about things we all interact with. They build that common ground, that feeling of we're neighbors, we share this space.
And if you connect that to the bigger picture, sharing local knowledge is, well, it's a really powerful integration tool. It taps into something social psychologists sometimes mention, the endowment effect. By giving Emma information, Mr. Johnson isn't just nice.
He's investing.
Sort of, yeah. He's subtly investing in her being there, creating a shared map of the place. That builds the sense of mutual resourcefulness, belonging. You move from just people living near each other to people who might actually, rely on each other a bit. That's how communities gain strength, one tip at a time.
The endowment effect. That's a great frame. Makes giving advice feel less like just talking and more like a small gift, building value both ways. Okay, so from these afternoon chats, sharing tips, talking weather, the relationship really starts to deepen. The guide takes us into hour 3, evening conversations and building friendship. And here the vibe shifts. It gets more personal, more community focused, and crucially, there are actual plans made.
Right.
Small talk turns to food, maybe hobbies, what people are doing on the weekend.
Yeah.
And the guide shows the peak moment. Mr. Johnson invites Emma to a neighborhood barbecue on Saturday.
The barbecue invitation, yes.
That's not just chatter anymore, is it? That's a clear signal. Friendship blooming, community integration happening.
That invitation is absolutely key. It marks a real shift. From just acquaintances to, well, potential friends, it demonstrates that unspoken social contract in a community. That agreement that neighbors kind of look out for each other, interact.
So the barbecue isn't just about burgers.
Definitely not. It's a social commitment cue. It signals acceptance, belonging. It's saying, you're welcome in our group's social life. And the guide also cleverly weaves in talk about safety, about neighbors helping each other out. It even suggests role playing, like Emma borrowing sugar or returning a dish.
Oh, like practicing being neighborly.
Exactly. These aren't just random ideas, they're rehearsals for mutual aid. They reinforce that underlying promise of community support.
It's amazing how the guide subtly builds up to this point, and the vocabulary reflects it too. Barbecue, cooking, dinner, borrow, lend, weekend, hobby, safe, friendly, community.
Yeah.
These words aren't just descriptions. They stand for shared life, mutual help, a kind of collective future almost.
Mm-hmm. Share experiences.
The guide wraps up with Emma saying, I really enjoyed chatting with you today, and Mr. Johnson replying, me too, Emma. We're having a small barbecue on Saturday. You should join us.
Yeah.
That's the payoff, right? The result of all those little micro commitments stacking up.
Precisely. That whole arc from a simple good morning all the way to you should join us, it's a perfect miniature model of how we forge social bonds, step by intentional step. It shows that small talk, which seems so trivial, is actually the essential groundwork. It's the series of low-risk steps we take to build trust, create shared history, and eventually arrive at real connection, real community. That barbecue invite, it's not just food, it's acceptance, it's belonging, it's knowing you have a support network. It's like the hidden social wiring of our daily lives suddenly made visible.
So, what does this all mean for you listening? Well, whether you're consciously trying to, improve your social skills or maybe build stronger connections where you live, or even just appreciate the dance of human interaction, understanding this blueprint, this structure hidden in small talk, it's incredibly useful. It's about seeing the potential in those first, maybe slightly awkward steps, how they can build towards something really meaningful, one good morning at a time. It reminds us that uh, every little chat can be a building block. We've had a really interesting journey today, haven't we? Using this simple English guide to go from basic readings all the way to a friendly barbecue invite. It shows so clearly that what feels like light chatter is actually, well, a carefully built ladder leading towards connection, towards community, guided by all these unspoken rules.
Indeed. That small talk with a neighbor guide, yeah, it does its language job, but it also reveals this really deep social architecture behind our everyday interactions. It just underscores that getting comfortable with these small, polite exchanges, that's kind of the key. It unlocks bigger things like feeling part of a community, mutual support, that sense of belonging. It shows the hidden power in just chatting, how it lays the foundation for a world that feels more connected, maybe a bit more cohesive.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. Next time you have one of those brief exchanges, a quick hello with a neighbor, a comment on the weather to the barista, asking someone how their day is going, just take a second and consider the unspoken blueprint underneath it all. Think about the potential it holds. Because sometimes, really, the smallest conversation can turn out to be the biggest step. The step towards building the kind of community we all, deep down, really want. Until next time, keep diving deep.